Alright, today we are drawing the legendary Mr. Husky who traded intelligence for looks. Taking this opportunity of drawing Mr. Husky, I'd like to explain to everyone how to handle this type of short-haired dog. In this lesson, we will draw straight short hair. Well, we still use this geometric drafting method. First, carve out its general outline. Ignore the ears for now. Let's do the body first. Roughly sketch out the body's outline. Look, do it like this first. Ignore the nose too. Carving it out like this. The entire main shape roughly feels like this. First, use straight lines to carve an irregular polygon. Then at this point, you go find the ear's position. That is, you need to observe where they are. On this polygon, a husky's ears are relatively large, occupying almost all the space. At the top of the head, then roughly determine the ear's height. At this point, you then use this straight line to carve out its ear shape too. Take a look, everyone. Next, locate its eyes. First, use a line to map out its eye's position. Then we go. Map out the middle part, which is this line right down the middle of its forehead. Once you find it, it becomes easier for you to locate the eyes. Look at the eye farther from us. Pay attention to its distance from this line. I'll use a line of a different color. Look, note the distance of the red line. This is the eye. Right, you can even draw out the height of the eyes. That works too. So now this eye is boxed inside a small rectangle by us. The most important thing is to notice both eyes, width from this line. Right, because it's a side profile. The eye farther from us will be closer to this line, and the side closer to us, the left side of the face. Its distance from the center line is slightly further. The eyes are the same too. The further eye is narrower. This side is wider. The left side is wider. You can notice this if you observe carefully. Then for its mouth, use a line parallel to the eyes. This way, we can roughly find the mouth's position. It's essentially the boxing method. The nose. The nose is roughly at this turning point. See this turning point of the polygon? It's this point. The position extended from here. Then carve out the exact curve of the mouth. Next is mapping out its lower outline and the tongues. Find all these positions. We'll spend a little time discussing the tongue's position. I'll share some methods with you. How can we find these positions better? Please pay attention, everyone. When we just drew the body's framework, write this line. It's the one in the middle. This vertical line coming down. Is it exactly? We need to learn to find key points. Is it exactly at the middle of the mouse? Look at this key point. The first key point. I'll draw it for you in magenta. Okay, the second key point. The lowest point where the mouth droops down. Doesn't it perfectly connect with the tongue? Is this also a key point? So we must learn to find these key points to help determine positions, including the tongue's width. If we judge by this line, this vertical line, you will find. You divide it like this. Then let's evaluate the upper edge of the tongue. How far is it from the top point? And the bottom edge. How far is it from the top point? Including where the side of the mouth ends, it's the same logic. Using this distance. This line segments distance as a reference. You'll find the mouth is roughly at about 1/2 of this segment. Almost at the 1/2 mark. Can you see it? This is exactly the method to use when we encounter shapes that aren't so regular. What is regular? The previous 2 drawings we did had almost fully frontal mouths. Also this dog. This breed's mouth and nose are generally longer. So when they are in a side profile, these positions will be relatively harder to pinpoint than in previous lessons, but as long as you apply the positioning method I taught today, the proportion analysis positioning method, it won't be hard for you either. All right, it's very doable. So this once again emphasizes the importance of this method, including always needing to judge the eye line and the line parallel to the mouth lines. Roughly this segment. Hey, this segment is also right about how far of a distance. This will require everyone's primary school math skills. Let's wildly awaken the math we learned in primary school, right? The same logic applies. The same logic applies here. All of these can be. We can all look. To which point does the mouth reach? Can we estimate it as roughly 1/2 of the tongue? The middle 1/2 position. Isn't it this point? We just need to learn what? Just learn. Over here. Learn to find. The key points. Wrote it wrong. This shouldn't be a problem. Learn to find key points. The key points are where I dotted with magenta. I'm also guiding you to analyze how to find these points. Once you master these methods, no angle will stump us. All right, after understanding this principle, let's practice it on the side. Just to get you familiar with this method, I won't open the original reference just yet. I'll take you step by step to see the framework we extracted from the reference on the side. Okay, first draw out its framework. Look, first it's similar to a trapezoid, right? This side is similar to a trapezoid. Then find this slope, slanting slightly towards the bottom left, an angle tilting like this. I might draw this side a bit smaller. Look, draw it. Body line out first. Ignore everything else for now. Now find the ear's positions. Which are the key points, right? Judging the distance between the two ears is also very important. I need to maybe slightly shrink this a bit. Okay, then judge the ear's distance. From the top of the head, roughly how much? See where it touches the ear. Then carve out this ear shape. Next, find the eye's positions. Find the key point, which is where it connects next to it. Then find the mouth's position again. Look, dot the key point. Now that we've dotted this key point, you can draw the nose's position. Right. Mouth. Find the middle part of this line, which is the 1-2 mark of this line segment. Roughly at the 1-2 spot. Then we can know, hey, where does the mouth come down from? It's all done through this method. To find positions, look, then the tongue. It's easy now, right? Right, the tongue is easy now. Still dotting the points. See, I'll use another color to dot them for you to see. Dot the points in these places. Then you can, right, know what kind of position this tongue is roughly at. Then connect the lines to find the points. The rest is simple. Just connect these shapes with lines. Let's take a look. The tongue is mapped out. Connecting to the eyes, For the eyes, draw the center line first. Draw the center line first, then you can do what I just did. If you're worried, if you're worried we can't grasp the eye height, then draw out this framework. Then determine the eye size at this stage. So here we have it. A dog's framework is drawn out. So even if its mouth is quite long, and its shape isn't as regular as the previous 2 lessons, that's okay, no problem. Like even if it's not that standard, it doesn't matter at all. We can still use the method to draw it out. Then double-check the overall proportion. Then we will start to lower the opacity of this framework. Create a new layer. Choose a hay medium gray. Still using the drafting brush. Okay, with the drafting brush ready. I'll now open Reference Import. Pulling up the image I need. His handsome photo. And we will still start from the eyes. Just tap open the canvas. It's right there in the canvas. Also, everyone please notice his eye shape. It's not perfectly round. See, his eye shape is a bit similar to human eyes, kind of a diamond shape feeling. See, isn't it a bit diamond-like? Kind of a diamond feeling. Let's use this diamond to outline his eye shape first. Outline it lightly. I'm drawing heavily to let you see clearly. Okay. Look, first get his eye shape roughly outlined. After outlining then, for the center eyeball part, look, sketch it in slightly. After drawing with the diamond, you need to judge if the eyeball is on the left or right of this diamond. Looking at it now, it's slightly to the left. And dogs also have eyelids. Remember when we drew the poodle, right? Let's sketch in its eyelids. And everyone must remember that for dogs, their eyes are almost always smaller than their noses. For cats, it's the exact opposite. Just remember this rule. Then draw out his eyes. Specific curve out. Then this outer layer. The outer corner of the eye trails out a bit. That is that diamond shape. Draw this outer layer of eyeliner out. The inner one here. The pupil part. See, dogs have the whites of their eyes, but cats do not. Then slowly draw the other eye. Pay attention, it's at. Draw it within the framework. This is why we set up this. This is the purpose of the framework. If you draw outside of it, then right. Our purpose for setting this box is lost. Then the eyeball slightly bulges out. From this angle, it bulges up a bit. Just this kind of feeling. Look, it doesn't wrap around. Its eyeliner isn't exactly like the right. The left side fully wrapping around. A part of it is where the eyeball bulges. Ah, it can't contain it. Look, notice this part, right? It doesn't wrap over like this. It only goes halfway. So everyone must pay attention to these details. Next is the dark part in the middle. Then adjust the size of both eyes. But don't make the eyes too close. The distance between a dog's eyes is quite, relatively wide. Look at these places where the eye tails drag out. So we use geometric shapes to outline first. Right, then we will sketch its noses. Outline out as well. A nostril. You need a big nose. But its structure doesn't change. It's the same as the frontal structure. It might be clearer from the side. First, draw the center line for it then. Right like the eyes. The part further from us is flatter. And the part closer to us. Ah, now we can see it clearly. What exact structure his nose has. Right. Then draw it well. This part connecting to the mouth. This part connecting the nose to the mouth. Then we can follow the flow to draw out this mouth curve. See, it's a curved line, right? Even though we started slicing with straight lines, now we need to use a curve to bring it out. A smoother curve. Sketch the open part under the mouth. A little bit for him. At this time, the entire mouth's outline has already been drawn out. Here, sketch this small area next to the mouth. Draw this small half as well. Then notice this spot. It has a curve, meaning it can slightly revealing a bit inside the mouth. The inner part, right? You also need to notice these details. And this tiny corner of the mouth is the same. A tiny mouth corner, a triangular area. Next, let's draw his tongue out. The tip of the tongue slowly narrows down. When drawing, be careful. It's not completely uniform, right? It starts narrow, then comes out wide, and then narrows again. Then we take the middle of the tongue and draw out that center line. The two sides are not symmetrical. Everyone must pay attention. So what changes does it have? I'll analyze it with you after adjusting the shape. Everyone look at little Husky's tongue center line. We can simply take its thinnest part. That specific part, say split it open right. Note the changes in its center line. In its upper half, what we see is this is the left, this is the right. In the upper half, we see the left part is wider. The right is narrower, right? Moving slowly down to the lower half, it's exactly the opposite. Can you see it? The position at the tongue tip is the exact opposite. Everyone just needs to note this rule. This is what you need to notice for the tongue. Okay, then at this point, we need to sketch his teeth. First, draw the entire edge of the mouth. Then, his teeth are not actually very sharp. Just like little mountains. Look, these pointy parts. Just sketch them simply, little mountains one by one. Adjust the mouth shape. Okay, so the facial part of little Husky. We've actually almost finished it. The remaining parts are actually very simple. Remember what I told everyone. For long hair we use right long lines. We are drawing the outlines right now. For long hair we use long lines. For short hair we use short lines. But the arrangement is the same. It's just lined up like this. But it doesn't need to be perfectly regular. See these short lines? Especially when drawing our little Husky today. Your brush can be slightly bigger. Drawing fur this way will be much easier. You can directly use this fur brush. Look, can you see? It directly brings out the feeling of the furry texture just along its outer outlines. We do it like this. See, the whole outer outline has this short fur. We just follow this outer outline and draw a circle around it. Let's start from the right side of the face. The opacity can be lower. It doesn't need to be very obvious. It doesn't need to be extremely clear. Look, they must be shorter. They must be short but dense. Look, everyone, although short, they need to be dense. Along this outline, of course, when drawing, you surely need to slightly adjust the curvature, right? Because we use straight lines when framing it. Look, the bottom of the whole body. You can do it quickly like this. Don't unify the direction completely. This fur. Look, this is very fast, right? Then moving to this side. The right body outlines. Brush it. It comes right out. Then this area coming down the mouse. The same here. Brush it and it comes out. Then use liquify to adjust slightly. Okay, after confirming the shape has no major issues, we can continue using this slightly shorter line to draw its ears. Look at the ear edges. Just poke it like this. With these short lines, just line them up, line them up. It's the same inside the ears. These lines must be denser. Only then it's out. Its outline will only be clear if it's denser. The ear tips also have a black edge, right? Inside the ears. Then at this point, we can hide the framework. Hide this auxiliary framework. After hiding it, let's start to draw out the outline of this facial fur and fur color distribution for him. Look, everyone, sketch this curve out. You see this eye area? Then on the body. Still use this line arranging method. Including a little bit on the right side profiles. First, generally outline his. Outline the areas with different fur colors first. Then we need to tidy up this edge. It still needs to be clearer, because it was too loose just now. If it's too loose, it will make the entire edge outline unclear. So we need to clean it up. Then lightly sketch the front of the face here. Tidy up the outlines. Draw the outline more solid. Draw the edge outline more solid. Finally, go in. Using Liquify for a final adjustment. Check the nose size and then the mouth. The body. His body has undulations. Everyone look, his outer outline has undulations. Because the skin and muscles prop it up, there will be these bulging areas. It doesn't mean it goes completely. Should mean it doesn't go straight down completely. So you must pay attention to these bulging spots. Only this way will the dogs we draw have, especially these big dogs, have this muscular feel. Right, you can use the drafting brush again to make some edge lines, just like this. These mouths, these places. Confirm the mouth corners for him again. That will do. The nose outline. Eyes and eye sockets, you can color the eye sockets a bit. Just lightly apply a little bit, using this drafting brush directly. will make it look more comfortable. Actually, it's okay not to apply it, because we'll color him in the coloring stage later anyway. Right? Alright, then the line art part of this little husky, is now complete. Done, then in the next lesson we will continue to the coloring stage. So this lesson will end here for now. Goodbye.